In a quiet village, where the fields whispered to the soft morning winds, lived a girl named Zara. Her heart was simple, yet it held a universe of dreams. And at the center of that universe was Armon. He was a village boy who loved her just as deeply, but his heart was restless. He often told her, "One day, Zara, I'll go to the city. I'll become a great man, and I'll give you the life you truly deserve." The day he left felt like the end of their world. Zara, with trembling hands, tied a small red thread around his wrist. She whispered, "Don't break this, Armon, or my heart will break with it." He smiled, making a promise that seemed as eternal as their love. But cities are powerful places. They don't just change lives. They change the very people who live them. Money, fame, and luxury became his new companions, and with them came a subtle, creeping arrogance. It wasn't long before a sophisticated city girl named Amel entered his life. She was everything his new world represented, and slowly she began to replace the memory of Zara in his heart. He tossed it away carelessly, just as he had tossed away the love he left in the village. Back home, Zara waited. She waited through every festival, every changing season, every lonely night. She still held the matching thread in her hand, a fragile symbol of a promise. The other villagers would tease her, saying, "He's a city man now. Zara, he'll never come back for you." But she would just whisper to herself, "Love doesn't change. Only people do." After what felt like a lifetime, Armand did return to the village. But not for her. He was there for a business deal to survey land. Zara saw him from a distance, and her heart leaped, then trembled. But when their eyes finally met, Armand looked at her as if she were a complete stranger. In that single cold glance, her world shattered into a million pieces. With a smile that couldn't hide her broken heart, she said, "The man who forgets love for money is not the man I once loved." And with a quiet dignity, she turned and walked away. This time, it was forever. The city, which had given Armand everything, soon took it all back. His business empire collapsed in a storm of bad decisions and betrayal. His so-called friends vanished. Imel, who had only ever been interested in his wealth, left him without a second thought. Broken and desperate, Armand rushed back to the village, his tears blurring the familiar path. He knocked on Zara's door, his voice a choked whisper, "Zara, please, forgive me." The door opened, but she wasn't alone. A kind man, her husband, stood beside her. With tears glistening in her own eyes, she looked at him and said softly, "You left me when I was only yours, and I found you again when I finally learned to belong to myself." Armin froze. A profound silence fell, the kind that doesn't just quiet a room, but shatters a man's soul. He slumped to the ground, sitting in the village dust as his tears fell onto the dry soil. The wind carried a voice, not from Zara's lips, but from the depths of his own memory. Love is fate. But if you abandon it, fate abandons you too. And he knew in that moment that some mistakes can never be undone. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this.